In a quiet corner of South London, along a street where the new glass buildings met the old brick shops, sat a man named Arthur. He didn't wear a suit or carry a briefcase. He didn't run a business empire or speak in boardrooms. Arthur was a cobbler, a quiet man with old hands, bent shoulders, and a heart full of stories. Every morning, Arthur would open his small shop, Soul Revival, with the same routine. The door creaked open, the lights flickered to life, and the scent of old leather filled the air. Shoes of all sizes and colors sat on shelves around him, torn, dusty, forgotten by the world, waiting to be given another chance. Arthur never rushed. His hands, though weathered by time, moved with the care of an artist. He didn't just fix shoes, he listened to them. Every scuff had a story. Every tear had a past. And Arthur believed, with all his heart, that even the most broken things could walk again. But the real story begins on a rainy afternoon. A teenage boy, soaking wet, burst into the shop. His school uniform was dirty, his eyes were red, and his shoes were barely holding together. He slammed the shoes on the counter and said sharply, "Can you fix them or not?" Arthur looked up, not startled by the tone but concerned by the eyes. Without a word, he took the shoes gently, turned them in his hands, and nodded. "Yes, lad," he said softly. "They've got plenty of walk left in them." The boy sat on the bench in silence, arms crossed, tapping his foot impatiently. Arthur quietly began working, removing the laces, cleaning the soles, stitching the tiers with quiet focus. After a few minutes, he spoke. "Stormy out there today. But storms don't last, you know." The boy looked away. Arthur continued, voice calm. "You seem like someone who's had a harder day than most." The boy exhaled sharply. "Failed my maths test. Again. My dad lost it. Told me I'd never be anything. My mates laughed. I didn't even want to go home. Figured I'd walk around till the rain stopped." Arthur didn't interrupt. He let the silence speak. Then he said, "You know what I see?" The boy looked at him, puzzled. "I see a strong soul. Worn, yes. Weathered, sure. But still holding on." The boy frowned. "What, me or the shoe?" Arthur smiled. "Both." That was the first time the boy, named Jamie, ever really looked at Arthur. The cobbler was old, no doubt, probably in his late 60s. His beard was graying, his eyes kind but distant, like someone who'd seen pain but didn't let it harden him. He wasn't just fixing shoes. He was seeing people. Arthur continued, "When a soul breaks, we don't throw away the shoe. We repair it. Carefully. Patiently. Because everything deserves another chance, especially people." Jamie said nothing, but something shifted in him. When the shoes were finally repaired, clean, stitched, and sturdy, Arthur handed them back. "No charge today," he said. "But let me give you something more important." He pulled a small card from his drawer. It simply read, "You are not broken. You are just becoming." Jamie stared at the words. Something in them hid deeper than any advice he'd ever heard. That day changed something. He started visiting Arthur more often, not always with shoes, but sometimes with questions. About life. About fear. About failure. Arthur never gave sermons. He gave stories. Real ones. He told Jamie about the time he dropped out of school at 15 to help his ill mother. About the years he spent homeless after his father's passing. About how people looked down on him, called him just a cobbler. But he also told Jamie about how he rebuilt, step by step. Stitch by stitch. One day, Arthur said once, "You'll realize the things that broke you were actually building you." Over the months, Jamie began to change. He studied harder. He ignored the mockery. He helped his little brother with homework. His grades improved. His confidence grew. All because one man believed in him when he didn't believe in himself. Years passed. Jamie graduated from university, the first in his family to do so. He got a job, then a better job. Eventually, he became a youth mentor, helping students who were struggling like he once did. In every talk he gave, in every classroom he entered, he shared one story, the story of a quiet man who fixed shoes and, unknowingly, fixed a broken teenager's soul. At one event, in front of a crowd of 300 students, Jamie stood on stage and said, "I used to think I was useless. I thought failure defined me. But there was one man, an old cobbler named Arthur, who told me I wasn't broken. I was just becoming." The audience was silent. Jamie pointed to the front row. Arthur sat there, older now, with a cane beside him and pride in his eyes. He didn't wave. He just smiled that same quiet smile. After the event, a girl from the audience came up to Arthur and said, "Are you really the cobbler?" Arthur nodded. She asked, "How did you know Jamie would turn his life around?" Arthur chuckled. "I didn't," he said. "But I knew he needed someone to believe he could." Final scene. One cold morning, Jamie visited Soul Revival. The shop was closed. A small sign on the door read, "Gone for a walk. Will return later." But Arthur never returned. His tools were packed, his shelves empty. No one knew where he went. Some said he moved to the countryside. Others said he retired quietly. But Jamie believed something else. "He fixed all the souls he could," Jamie once said, smiling softly. "And now, maybe, he's walking in peace." Jamie later opened a small support center for struggling youth. He named it The Soul Room, where you're never too broken to begin again. And at the entrance hung a single framed card. "You are not broken. You are just becoming." Moral of the story. Sometimes, the people the world ignores are the ones holding it together. And sometimes, a few kind words can fix more than just shoes.